You are going to be seeing us take out a handful of German Shepherds, and we're going to answer for you the question you've been wondering: is the German Shepherd right for you and your family? He is a 9-month-old all-white German Shepherd. How much exercise do German Shepherds need daily? The number one health or genetic issue that you're going to get with a German Shepherd. So highly trainable, man. German Shepherds you can train to a super high level. You know what we didn't talk about? The freaking shedding, man. All right, folks, we are back with the last dog. Last but not least, this is Mr. Royce. He is a 9-month-old all-white German Shepherd. Very handsome dog, pretty big. He's already 80 pounds. I think his dad was around 100, 105, so he's gonna be up there, probably top out around 100. He's tall, lengthy, filled out. He's actually very well behaved. Tons of energy for this one, but he's starting to calm down as he's getting a little older. Pretty well trained, and that's because Tony started with him at 2 to 3 months old. Came to me for a couple private lessons, and then after that, Tony actually started working for us as an assistant, and then took it from there. So pretty well trained. We'll show you some of that. Again, 9 months old. Got him from a breeder in Missouri. We may post in the comments below the exact breeder because I think Tony's pretty happy with it. That particular breeder breeds all different colors, shapes, sizes of dogs. Competes in Schutzen. All black Shepherds, all white Shepherds, and that's what he is. So his parents, this particular dog's parents were just show dogs, both parents all white. AKC does not recognize the white Shepherd as either a color that's acceptable or as its own breed. There is the Burger Blanc Suisse. I don't speak freaking French, but that's basically another all-white German Shepherd variant. But that is considered its own breed. Again, I don't know if that's recognized by the AKC or not. Do your own homework. Why are you coming to my channel to find out about German Shepherds? What do I look like? Like I know what I'm talking about just because I have 5 of them here? I'm more of a trainer. I don't pretend to be a breed expert. I did grow up my entire life with working line German Shepherds, but you know, they weren't white like this handsome boy here. We're gonna open up questions. Tony's gonna be our question asker now, but he's got some good questions, so he's gonna fire them off. Tony says, how much exercise do German Shepherds need daily? Well, it kind of depends, right? Is it a working line dog? Do they have a lot of energy, or are they more of a couch potato? So it can vary, but I would say you'll be pretty good with just a couple of nice walks a day. 2 15-minute walks, one in the morning, one in the evening, will get you by. If you can teach the dog to play fetch or play frisbee, you don't even need to walk. You can throw that for 15, 20 minutes. You'll be pretty set. Once or twice a day, you'll be pretty happy. You could have a working line dog and that won't be enough, but definitely very different than a Malinois, which this is not about Malinois, but again, don't get one because those 2 15-minute walks a day isn't even an appetizer for the Malinois. I ain't even getting them warmed up. But with the German Shepherd, yeah, you can get them tired out. You can get them to rest easy with just a couple walks a day. So nothing too crazy. Now you get a working line one, it's gonna ramp it up a little bit. There also might be some Shepherds that are lazier than lazy, but generally speaking, pretty active. What else you got for me, Tony? So the average price you're gonna pay for a German Shepherd is a great question. Yes, Tony paid $1,500 for this dog. I think that's a pretty good deal considering what kind of dog he turned out. Yes, it depends what breeders you're going to, but they can be anywhere on average from $1,000, $1,500. $500 to $1,000, you're talking about backyard breeders. $1,500 is usually on the lower end of what a breeder's going to charge for non-breeding rights or a non-show dog or non-pick of the litter. Then it goes up from there. Pick of the litters are going to be $2,000 to $2,500 on the low end. Depending upon if you got champion bloodline, if they're show dogs, Schutzen, whatever, they can go on up. $2,500, $3 grand, $4 grand. I wouldn't think they're going to be more than $4,000 to $5,000. Yes, just because there's so many German Shepherd breeders out there. It's not like Frenchies or some special, you know, breed that you can't find around the corner. Tons of breeders out there. Again, not all of them created equal. Tony wants me to answer, how much do you feed them a day? I don't know. Depends on the size of the dog. Consult with your vet. Actually, yes, depends. You're gonna feed them raw. You're gonna feed them kibble. Obviously, as they're young, you're gonna feed them less. As they're older, you're gonna feed them more. How much? Like how much does Mr. Royce here, who's still growing, how much is he getting?
About 6
yes.
cups a day.
6 cups a day, 6 8-ounce cups. Yeah, that's about average, I would say. We use those big Flanagan's cups with the 32-ounce cups, and for a dog like this, I'd be feeding them 2 of those a day maybe. Constantly keeping an eye on how the dog's hips are looking. Let me see if I can show you. Free, how's he looking? Come on, Free. All stretched out, beautiful. So he's nice. I mean, I wouldn't call him chunky at all, but he's thick. He barely has his hips, so could he lose 3 or 4 pounds? Yeah. But then he might look a little skinny. I think he's at a pretty nice weight right now. You don't want your shepherds to be overweight. You don't want any of your dogs to be overweight, like somebody else I know. Okay, it's not good on the hips and the joints. So let's talk about probably the number one thing when it comes to German Shepherds you gotta be watching out for. Yes, hip dysplasia, okay? I'm no expert on that, but I've seen enough German Shepherds in police work and elsewhere to know that the number one health or genetic issue that you're gonna get with a German Shepherd are bad hips. You get dogs that are kind of walking on, yeah, like on stilts, or they'll drag their back feet, and I'm gonna kind of show you what that looks like. Stay. In fact, while I'm walking with him, you take a look at his hips and see what they look like to you. But you can see some of those dogs, you just watch from behind and you're like, man, that dog has some bad hips. And if the dog has bad hips, they're gonna end up literally in a doggy wheelchair, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. Very expensive, those things, and to get them fitted. More often than not, the dog has to get put down. There's not a surgery really that can fix that, or if it is, it's gonna be very expensive. So, Free, here, heel. Oh, he heels on the right? Because Tony's a goofball. Come on, Bubba, here. Heel. So see if you can catch his hips. They look pretty good to me from here, but I usually like to see them more from the back. Shepherds definitely have that particular gait about them, but I don't see anything out of the ordinary there. Thank God, thank God. Yes. But we got some other dogs that we've seen, and we'll go this way, and I will do my best to demonstrate what I've seen. Watch my legs, watch my lower feet. Again, I'm not built like a dog, but you'll see kind of like this. I don't want to mess my shoes up, but they'll drag a lot, and you'll just see some funkiness there. Or you'll see a big rock, almost like a dip. It looks weird when I'm doing it, but that's what it looks like when the dog's doing it. You're just seeing like almost like their feet are about to give out while they're walking. Not good. Make sure you're watch how the parent's gait is. What does it look like? How old are they? And then there are hip scores you can get. I can't tell you what a good hip score or a bad hip score is. Look it up on the internet, but that's definitely something you want to see. You want to see the x-rays, but more importantly, you want to see the score. And I think there's a couple different ways they use those scores. You don't want that funky walk. It almost reminds me of like how certain girls, we might call them hoochies. You don't want that hoochie walk on your Shepherd, okay? You don't want to see any of this, you know, crack-a-lackin' look on the walk. If your dog's back legs looks like they're a crack addict, there's something wrong with your dog. That's my scientific explanation for bad hips in German Shepherds. But you can just tell, man, when you see something and it don't look right, that's because it ain't right, all right? Sometimes they get issues with their lower spine. You can see that a lot in police dogs from the impact of coming in and out of cars. Here's a little note for you. Whether you have a German Shepherd or any other dog that's 50, 60, 70 pounds, don't let them jump off of things on their own. In the nature, there's not a lot of things that your dogs are jumping off of. If you let them continue to jump in and out of the car, you're gonna get a lot of impact in the shoulders and in the hindquarters, and that's just gonna put early wear on your dog. So always try to support them on the way down, grabbing their collar, literally catching them on the way down. So that's your little tidbit for today. So that's about it. I think we've covered everything. Should you get a German Shepherd for you and your family? Yeah, love these dogs, fantastic dogs. They're great at a little bit of everything. You know what we didn't talk about? The freaking shedding, man. Horrible, especially with a white dog like this. Let me see, I'm gonna give him a hug. Don't try this at home. Most dogs don't, they like being hugged, but I'm just gonna show you. That's just 5-10 seconds of loving with my boy here. Now, even a dark-haired Shepherd, like a sable colored or a black and red, their undercoat is like a gray, white, and that undercoat is what gets everywhere. Gets in your food, gets under your couch, in your corner. We call them tumbleweeds, but German Shepherds definitely shed a lot, and that's all year long, folks. But there are twice a year that they'll shed a little more than normal, and there is no such thing as ever combing all the hair out of a German Shepherd. You could literally spend 30 minutes with a Furminator, not get it all, come out the next day, 30 more minutes. So yeah, if you're into combing your dog, then get yourself a German Shepherd, but ultimately you just have to deal with it. If you're a German Shepherd owner, just throw out all your black clothes, okay? Don't need them no more, because this is what it's gonna look like. I think we talked about showing you a little bit of fancy pants here, obedience. Maybe we'll bust that out here in a second. Make sure you post in the comments below if you got any questions. If you disagreed with anything I had to say, then you can go yourself, because I'm only speaking the truth, folks. It is what it is. Just my experience with them, and it's my opinion as best I know it. But like I said, I've been dealing with these dogs for a long time. Highly recommend them. Great dogs. But make sure you train them, folks. If you don't train them, dominant breed, they'll take over your house. They're gonna be rude little buttholes and not listen and do bad things. Stay away from potentially getting a working line one. That's probably a little too much for most people to handle. If you can find a white one like this, you can find a dog like Royce, you'll be a happy camper. But he is a big boy. It's a 100-pound shepherd. And stay away from bad genetics, as we've seen with little Miss Harley. That's not what you want at all. That's bad breeding. But for the most part, you should be able to get one. Watch for the hips, get you the color that you want. Buy from a reputable breeder. And what's a reputable breeder? I don't know, ask around. You know what I'm saying? Come in close for this. You have a knee biter or leave it? How quickly can you teach a dog a trick? We're gonna find out right now.
You have to leave it, but.
Yes. Yes. Don't move, wiggle butt. Heel. Good. Heel. Down. Stay. Hand commands. Nope. Yes. Down. Good. Sit. Here. Finish. Does he have a finish or center?
Yeah, he does, but he has a middle better than anything.
Oh, okay. That's his favorite, middle?
Yeah,
Free. What do you call it?
middle.
Here. Middle. Nope. You're too big for that anyways. You're gonna nut check me. Free. Let me see if I can get it. Here. Middle. Yes. Good boy. Mind you, I don't train with this dog, so he's doing good working for me here. Let's do another one. Free. Royce, here. Middle. No. Yes. And he'll walk in the middle?
Yeah, I've been working with him.
Okay. Good boy, buddy. So highly, highly trainable, man. German Shepherds you can train to a super high level. You can do a lot of sports with them too. You know, whatever you might be interested in training your dog to do, they could do it. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Stay. That's it, folks. Nice, reliable, off-leash puppy. Good boy. Stay. Heel. Let me see how he does. Here, heel. Let me see how he does on the rotations here. Pretty good. Yes. Not too bad, folks, for a 9-month-old dog. What's your 9-month-old dog doing at home, huh? Probably not as good as this boy. Down. Good. Now we'll really close out the video. That's it, folks. What else is there to say? Get yourself a shepherd. Get yourself a dog like Royce, you know. Very happy with that dog. In fact, we're going to throw the breeder a bonus, and we'll put their information in down below because, you know, you can't beat it, man. Can't beat it. It's a nice-looking dog there. All right, now we'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Good boy, buddy. Sit.